everybody. Welcome to the second episode of PB Live. Today, we have an exciting panel discussion lined up for you on the topic AI Supercharge, driving crypto with social media tools. Now, by this far, the most hyped topic of the year. Our esteemed speakers will share the insights on how artificial intelligence and social media are transforming the crypto industry. So let's meet with our speakers for today. First, we have Mihyar Bakhit, who is the head of creative and content at BitOasis. Mihyar brings with him 10 years of experience in digital marketing within the UAE region across various industries. BitOasis, as I'm sure everybody knows, is the first and leading crypto assets broker in the region. Mihyar oversees all social media activities and leads marketing content and creative operations over there. Welcome on board, and we are glad to have you here today.
Thank you, Sana, for this lovely introduction. First of all, I think I would like to start by praising my fellow speakers. Obviously, I'm humbled to be among you today. Both of you are, your resume speaks for itself. I think I would just like to start with dialing it down to my understanding and my passion about digital marketing and what are the application and my journey throughout, crypto. So, like you just mentioned, like 10 years experience sounds fascinating, but relatively we're talking about a brand new, fresh field, which is digital marketing, which is obviously a derivative from marketing. And that shows obviously the huge adaptation of marketers that use and utilizing technology, which is hence known now as digital marketing. With that being said, I think my whole journey in digital marketing and marketing overall just showed me and taught me one thing. Regardless of the industry, marketing is marketing. And I think moving forward to our topic of the discussion, which is crypto and AI application of that. Crypto itself is a relatively, actually it's not a relatively, this is an understatement, it's a brand new actually field, especially when you apply it in marketing. And I think the biggest challenge that face me and other, follow marketing in this field, that we didn't have a proper use case. And I think the closest thing was to this industry was the fintech. So we didn't have a lot to start with. So what we did is just to break it down to what it is in that sense, like what are we trying to achieve here as a marketing in the field of crypto. So us understanding the crypto itself, which is, it's a community as a whole. Within this community, you have smaller groups, also refers as communities. Like we know these days, like you have communities for tokens like Shiba and with meme coins, you have the Bitcoin maximalist, you have the, the hodler, etc., etc. So the gap here is us to this part group of users, audience, whatever you want to call it, in that fancy terms. And what we're trying to achieve here is to reach an understanding and a mutual ground. Not just that, actually to create your own community. And I think proudly I can say this, one of the things that BitOasis managed to achieve, that it created its own audience, loyal audience base that we can call it a community. And utilizing this with us understanding of crypto itself as an industry. And I think all of this, just for me, I can just dial it down to one thing. It's content. It doesn't matter what the tool is. It doesn't matter your heavy knowledge or technical knowledge of this. If you don't have a proper content, I think this is something that a lot of brands I would say in blockchain and crypto fail to understand, that you can use tools. You can rely on a lot of ways to you can pay a lot of money to promote your product. If you don't have a good content, if you can open a two-way conversation between you and the users and the community and add aspect, whatever, doesn't matter what it is. You have, like, when you say community, we have the people who are actually in crypto. You have the people who they are kind of curious, they want to get into crypto. And the main challenge, anyone face this challenge. Like when I started working in BitOasis, everyone comes to me and is like, okay, so how do we start trading? How do we make money, So in that sense, content here is us providing this knowledge, making sure that these people understand we know what we do. We're providing you with a proper service. You are in crypto, and I think this is something well known in crypto. Crypto, it's a lifestyle. So utilizing the tools again, if you're gonna just dial it down to this, I think before we use any AI tools or any kind of tools, we need to understand the basics of the channel that we are using. And I think relying on tool too much, this is something maybe a bit controversial, but I gotta say it because you have to go back to the basics, you know. When we're talking about AI, the revolution of recent AI with ChatGPT and everything we see nowadays, we tend to forget that yes, this actually existed before in social media, like Twitter, for example. Twitter use bot, Telegram use bot, and they have something called NLP. So all of this existed already in the channels that these communities are already existing in. So you as a marketing, you need to know and understand this native AI tools and native analytics of the channels that you're using before going and use another I would say a third-party tool or whatever. But that doesn't take away from this. And again, the content. This is for me the basic. This is for me the communication. This is for me how you grow your audience base. You earn your trust, the credibility. Obviously, like because again, a lot of us skeptical comes to crypto. What it is crypto? We're not just talking about the current users. We're trying also to, I would say that acquire the people that who actually wants to join this hype. And I think that goes back to 2 years ago, which is 2021, when crypto was all-time high and everyone was jumping on the trend, and the NFT started and everything. So from that, we just narrowed it down and came to this conclusion that, okay, we need to provide content. We need to provide educational pieces. We need to tell people what is crypto come. It's not just, we're going to show you the trading view and pro trading and, just going to panic and see all these charts. No, it's just like a baby steps. And I think this is, for me, one of the things that we managed to achieve. And of course, other big brands also did. So thank you. That's my intake.
Thank you so much for sharing the insights about cryptocurrency. I would like to invite our second guest, who is Syed Haider, who is the head of strategy at Point Blank Media. Haider is a seasoned cryptocurrency expert with more than 10 years of experience. Would you please care to share a few words about our today's topic?
Sure. I think I would just like to build on what Mihyar said. I completely agree. Crypto, a lot of people struggle to begin their crypto journey. It's basically a leap of faith. I've been into crypto. The first time I came across Bitcoin was probably 2013. And, these are the missed chances that we believe that, the Bitcoin rallied and then it dumped again. The Bitcoin rallied, then dumped again in 2018, then it rallied again. So, a lot of people lost faith along the way that this is an asset class, because obviously it's an extremely high asset class. When you look at a risk spectrum, starting with sovereign bonds, equity market, hedge funds, mutual funds, crypto or blockchain or Bitcoin for that matter, altcoins sit on the far extreme right side of the risk spectrum. And that basically brings an inherent sense of volatility, which technically means that, there's a lot of education that needs to be required and communicated to the audience, anybody and everybody that is interested in it. So there are seasonal players in it that just because, the social media hype happens, then people get interested in it, they probably invest and lose a little bit of money and then they come out of it. And there are people who have conviction in this technology. It's like the internet in the 1990s, right? People who believed in Amazon, people who believed in Google at that time, they invested in such technologies. Technology always has a parabolic, growth graph. It's an exponential growth graph. Crypto or blockchain is in a similar paradigm right now. So essentially, when you use marketing tools or digital marketing tools, one of the core applications of them has to be a clear communication strategy. People need to know the good side as well as the bad side of crypto. What are the projects out there? What are the projects that have actual use cases, applications, how this technology is helping, problems of scalability, problems of application of real business use cases. So when Mihyar said content, I completely agree with it. The better the content, that can not only attract a new customer, but keep him updated along the way, along this journey. It teaches him not to come in just for making a quick buck, just to flip some money, invest $10,000, make it 20,000 and exit it. People who stay here for the technologies are the people who are going to make money eventually out of crypto. And digital marketing tools that you conventionally use, like Google AdWords, social media platform, it's a bit tricky when it comes to crypto, because crypto still has a cult-like following. So the crypto users you will not find on Facebook and Instagram, rather you will find on Twitter and Reddit and Discords and Telegram. So these channels are the ones that you need as BitOasis or any cryptocurrency exchange or a project. If you have a DeFi project, or if you have an NFT project, these are the channels that you need to be present there. You need to build a strong community, because when the community is strong, people have faith in your project, people have faith that you are actually providing a real world a solution to a real world problem. That community is going to stick there, irrespective if it's a bear market or a bull market. And if more and more people can stand with your project or your exchange in a bear market, it's only a matter of time that they will reap their rewards. So I completely agree with what Mayar said. A good content, educational content, that is constantly needs to be feeded. The market news is generally a lot of FUD, so people need to be able to differentiate the real knowledge from the noise that is out there, and focus on transparency, and focus on the real news. So yeah, I mean, as long as a clear communication strategy can be implemented through the right digital channels. And when you bring in the AI, it basically supercharges the digital marketing, because now what you can do is basically do an in-depth sentimental analysis of these communities. What are these communities looking for? What is the narrative that is being? Crypto revolves around the narrative. So recently, with the Nvidia going up, the AI narrative has been pumping, right? So but what are the AI projects within the blockchains that will stay there for a long time? So you need to again isolate the real news from the noise, and you can always leverage tools like sentimental analysis, tools like Luna Crush and other tools that are available there, to be able to see what people are interested in, and then use the right technology and the right digital marketing tools to leverage that.
Very well said. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to ask Sidra Farid, the Global Head of Retail at Derivate, to speak a few words about our topic today. I would like to give a brief introduction of hers. She has over 8 years of experience and been business development in the GCC region. She has led sales and business teams to acquire clients in various sectors, including blockchain, crypto, banking, and service industries. Welcome on board, Sidra, and over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Sana, for the warm introduction. So, I'd like to build on what Syed and Mihyar explained around crypto and social media. So basically, social media has been the only tool, given that the biggest tool that most exchanges and your crypto projects have used. Good, bad, all kinds of projects, good exchanges, good news, bad news, everything. This is the only tool. It's a very small knit community that is growing, and this is the biggest tool, and this is the biggest arsenal that we digital marketers, communication heads at various exchanges and various crypto projects are using to reach out to our audiences. And the reason being, there are multiple reasons. There's a lot of regulatory concern around it. There's a lot of FUD around it. There are a lot of restrictions on paid marketing, so it's not easy to get your ad through. A lot of at Deribit, we are very, very risk averse. So there's a lot of, you have to be very carefully very averse. So organic, the reason why social media has played such a pivotal role in the growth of the overall crypto market is because the fact that it had the power to reach out to people organically. It helped build communities across tons and tons of projects, layer 1 projects, layer 2 projects. It paved the way for a lot of good and bad news. So yeah. So while we cannot deny the power of growing Bitcoin adoption, cryptocurrency adoption, it's only going to get better with time. We also cannot deny the power of social media, which I personally feel is the biggest tool out there. It's bigger than even PR and events at the moment right now, where marketing and communication is concerned, and even using your AI tools that you are using. So, whatever efforts that you have to use and you have to supercharge, you have to use it. Now, within social media comes what are you going to, how are you going to use the social media? So you then build on according to the requirements of your projects and the requirements of the exchange. Let's say if it's an exchange that you're marketing, or if it's a project that you are marketing. There was a recent report by Bybit, and it did tell us that it did reflect on, if I could post the link that Sana can share in the YouTube video after this, and that report analyzed what are the top metrics that crypto communities are looking at when they're investing in projects, or when they are or whether they are looking to market, or whether they are looking to place their funds on exchange or trade on the exchange. And by far the biggest metric that has come out so far is trust, authenticity, and credibility. At Deribit, we call ourselves always open. And the reason we call ourselves, we positioned ourselves. Before we used to say, we are we used to say, your life gets better once you start trading crypto options. But now, in light of everything that happened last year, in light of BlockFi, Voyager, Celsius, the whole Luna fiasco, FTX, everything, we took a strategic decision to change our positioning to always open. And the reason we took that stance was because always open, we are transparent. Our proof of reserves can be fully verified. So we have the gold mine in crypto proof of reserves, and then we are also if we got hacked. Our hot wallets got hacked last year, and we were very transparent. We were the first ones to come out and put it out in the press. So even when the 3 Arrows incident happened, we were the first ones to come out and talk about it. So yeah, so that goes on to say that with all the black swan events that have happened of lately in crypto, in the crypto markets, across projects, across exchanges, across funds, what the Twitterati or what your crypto communities are looking for, they're looking for safe investments. Now, crypto and safe is anyway a taboo topic amongst very seasoned investors, but they want to know how credible you are. They want to know if you can be trusted. So a lot of marketing and communication, as long as it can be built to understand this very important and sensitive sentiment on what these users are looking for, it can pave the way for a lot of success stories. That's my 2 bits on how to approach any marketing and communication for a crypto project or a crypto exchange. Keep the user sentiment at the top at the top of your mind.
Thank you so much, Sidra. I believe you have a few slides that you need to present. Do you want me to upload them?
Yeah, please start sharing.
Just let me know when you guys can see the screen shared.
Yeah, right. So in this, we just gonna dig a bit deeper, briefly into the crypto market. So as of right now, the crypto market has 400 million cryptocurrency users worldwide, and it's growing exponentially. And compared to what it was in 2016, since there were only 5 million. And part of this is because of the number of use cases, and the fact that you really can't stop technology, and the lack of trust in the TradFi system that's been developing, and people wanting to break free of the status quo. So it's like it's genuinely grown, and the use cases have genuinely grown. We saw recently how in America, in a few, despite all the resistance that America is showing, there are a few states up north where they're using blockchain to actually analyze their data, and that data sits on piles and piles of paper, and there was no there was nothing that the records, they could not practically do it using any other tool right now. So they've used blockchain to make a trustless system out there. So yeah, I mean, there's no denying in how the growth of cryptocurrency has been there. It's growing in, in your DeFi. It's growing. The user base has grown because of the financial products that have been happened. Of course, the returns. There's greed also. Of course, that's been involved. There are a lot of success stories out there that has shaped and paved the way for this. But there are a lot of real use cases across various verticals, across various industries, whether it's research, data, gaming industry, whatever it is, I mean, anything which is real, which can solve a real world problem, why not? So that's what it. And the genuine Twitter community, the genuine crypto lovers, they've been around since a while. So that conviction has also only grown on people. Yeah.
I'd also like to add a point, if you don't mind, allow me, Sidra. So I actually like what you said about, the trust part, which I think, first of all, I think I consider myself, and especially working in this era, in this age, and in this year specifically, to be lucky, because following what's happening in the world, seeing that we have now an entity that regulates crypto, and that an admission of, okay, crypto is here. This is an authority that oversee and monetize and manage the virtual assets in UAE, and this is an extra plus for what UAE is doing now to adopt crypto and a blockchain as a technology. And I think us or other platform like Bybit, Kraken, the big players, obviously Binance, etc., and the getting into the market now regulated. So the safety here, it is a fact, especially in UAE. So when you are a crypto trader in UAE, you do understand this part of being secure and trusted by the exchange or the platform that you are trading in, given that it's regulated and it's being monitored. The other thing is like the awareness and the growth that's happening, because people used to, I think the OGs of crypto, they understand this fact that people jump on the trend very fast and they stop trading. I think we were monitoring by a AAA report of the crypto adoption growth in the MENA region, and we've seen like it's up and down in like 6 months. I think that happens after Luna crash, and that shows you that those few people that actually came to the industry and left. The thing is that I think a lot of people don't understand that crypto is not a get rich quick scheme. It's actually a lifestyle. And more to it, deep dive into crypto, you should understand that this project, the use case of crypto itself, the blockchain as a technology, and I think that's what people are doing now. And this is something actually it's a pleasure to see. A lot of people are now coming and talking about the smart contracts or about the project and the use cases of crypto instead of just trading it as a stock. And this, I think, awareness helps us driving in the market and jump on this trend and saying, yeah, so these are successful, like you said, successful use cases of people who actually understood crypto and who are trading crypto because it's a lifestyle. And I think you guys mentioned also for some people it's a primary actually source of income. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a primary source of income for a lot of those who have been patient and who have really grown their wealth through crypto, and some genuinely trade. Some, like, we have all made money, we've all lost money in crypto, but there is money to be made out there. And and it's a primary source of income for a lot of those who are working like me, like Mihyar, who are actually working in the crypto space and running their livelihood through that. So yeah, it's a big industry. It's no longer a fun. It's no longer a joke. It's maturing each month, each day. I don't know. I'm not sure of this number, $16 million. Maybe Heather, you can confirm. I thought it was $1 trillion company.
This is basically a daily transaction. This is
Yeah.
a daily transaction volume. So this is a daily transaction volume, and it's a bit dated number, but this keeps basically based on how the market is. These numbers keep on changing. But however, this is an average daily transaction volume. Overall, crypto industry is about $1 trillion.
Yeah,
Number just doubled down just yesterday with the surge.
Exactly. With the surge, exactly. So the market cap just went down 30% up.
Yeah, yesterday, right? With the whole when Bitcoin rallied, right? So so it's like a growing industry. It's no joke, and we can see that. Okay, so I would talk more about from an exchange point of view, given the fact that I come from an exchange background. what drives digital marketing within the paradigms of social media. So I would definitely call influencer marketing as a key factor, something which is very, very important, affiliate marketing that have helped grow and create success stories out of various exchanges. I'm not talking about Binance here because Binance is biggest, but Bybit rode their success on the back of extremely aggressive influencer marketing. So what they did was they went one market after the other, partnered with influence, and they started this bandwagon and started tutoring, and they started training. And they started training regional communities through influencer marketing. So these influencers are equipped with the knowledge, they have the tools, and Bybit partnered with them as affiliates. Then other exchanges followed the bandwagon, Kraken, BitGets, and all of it. It's very, very important. These people have the knowledge. We call them KOLs. They are thought leaders. You use their strength, which is their subscriber base. You use their knowledge, and you get them to promote your community you promote your exchange on the back of it. In return, they not only get paid an upfront amount, but they also they get affiliate commissions. So, that works very well in the sense, even for us exchanges, because you can monitor, you can actually track conversions. It's very effective because these people already have loyal audiences. There's already a ready distribution base that's been set up. It's a bit expensive, it takes a while, but it's very, very fruitful and very effective. Then you've got community management, which everybody uses. All exchanges uses global, regional, Telegram communities, Discord communities. This is just to keep them close knit, give them a vibe, keep them engaged, and address their queries, and also keep bludgeoning and keep growing that community out there. So it gives that our crypto community, as we call it, a sense of security, because everybody, despite all the money that has been made, everybody does suspicious and doubtful. So these official regional communities do help a lot. Other than that, your regular Twitter marketing giveaways work a lot, airdrops work a lot. Just plain organic marketing, trading competition campaigns, trading campaigns, launch pads, launch promos. There's tons of things out there, and when you go and you post it out there, everybody gives into it. They're incentivized, and that works a lot. Then your, of course, educational content, which is value content, which is news around what's happening. This crypto market moves very fast. You need to be very regularly updated. Developments around what's happening, what's happening. So there's a big knowledge base out there that works very well, right? So so influencer marketing, community marketing, great organic content, great thought pieces, desktop commentaries, trading commentaries. And yes, when the season is there, then PR events and all that have also become increasingly prominent in the last couple of years. So there are these global, big, massive, extravagant, I'd call them, blockchain conferences happening all over the world. There's Blockchain Paris Week, Oxford Blockchain Week. There's tons happening here in Dubai. So that's also gained momentum, and that's just there to give us the brand value, or to sponsor a drink or a session here or there, to really put our name out there and to keep that connection going. And then things like Future Blockchain Summit. So it's happening all around the world. It's happening here. So these are the various ways in which the overall crypto community has grown. And if you notice, there's very little emphasis on paid marketing, on paid search marketing. I mean, that's also building momentum in some markets like China, Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, across certain keywords. But there's a lot of emphasis on great content, reaching out, incentive-driven content. And then, of course, you also have to understand what's your market. At Arbit, we are largely institutional. At BitGet, we were mostly retail. I'm sure BitOasis is mostly retail. So, you also have to tailor your strategy according to the kind of audiences that you are leaning on through your marketing.
Thank you so much, Sidra, for giving a detailed information about cryptocurrency and how new emerging companies can make use of social media and AI tools to promote and to build a community online. Um, Now we have a couple of questions that we received from the audience, and we would like either of you guests to answer that question. So the first question is, what criteria should crypto projects consider when selecting influencers to ensure authenticity, credibility, and audience engagement? I think Mihyar can give us a good answer on that.
Yes, first of all, it's a very good question, actually. And it just kind of triggered me because I remember we had a bit of struggle when it comes to this specific type of marketing. Because when we say influencer marketing, again, we're talking about a brand new industry, which is a blockchain and crypto. And in that sense, that either to target that influencers that been working in an industry, similar industry like fintech, or just have to raise awareness. So I think the best short answer, and if I'm going to dive a little bit deep, because this is something we need to all understand, especially for companies that are trying to achieve kind of a goal or objective from influencer marketing. First of all, write down your objective, make it very clear. Is it conversion or you want awareness? That's it. If you want awareness, go to YouTubers who tell stories. They have 4 million reach. We have a lot of people like this. They can instantly give you like a high kind of, affiliate marketing, clicks on links, registration, verification, that's it, done. Those most of users are not a high quality, I would say, leads. And second thing is the conversion. You want a CAC, a clear LTV. And in that sense, you can use a tools like Hype Auditor, for example. So you dial down, the influencers based on the industry, based on the region and the channel, etc., etc. But this is a very critical part, and it's a bit challenging. Whether working through an agency or directly with an influencer, you need to understand exactly a breakdown of the metrics. You need to know exactly what this influencer metric is in terms of CTR, in terms of reach, in terms of engagement, and which channel this content will go through, and of course the timing, the type of content, which is is going to be like a long video, short video, etc. So understanding all of this together, I think this the best way to approach influencer marketing. And of course, you have to keep in mind, obviously, the region that you are in and what type of languages. And obviously English is the safest one. However, maybe there is a potential if we're talking about, for example, a VIP, which is a high volume traders, you want to target them specifically, which is another topic. But in general, yes, make a clear objective. What's the target of this influencer marketing? Understand the I would say the demographic, and understand the person, the influencer metric.
Okay, very well said. So we have questions pouring in. There is another question, and the audience wants to know, like they want an example of how social media trend detection detection tool helped a crypto company identify an emerging trend that led to a successful product launch or business strategy.
I'll take that question. I think we discussed this earlier as well, that in the cryptocurrency world, trending is a big thing, right? There are narratives that build, and the narratives then slow down, and then the new narrative comes in. So probably a year and a half back, there are a lot of sentiment analysis tools that these cryptocurrency projects and exchanges keep a tab on. And if you look at the history of the last like 2.5 years of the ramp up bull run, and then a bear market, interoperability was one of the key trends when the new layer ones come in. So earlier it just used to be Bitcoin and Ethereum. When then other projects like Solana and Polkadot came in, and one of the key things that these projects were trying to answer was basically have a platform that can basically, so I'll take an example of Polkadot. They built parachains that basically allowed the projects and currencies to be migrated from one chain to another. There was an interoperability narrative that was being sold, and that is why that project basically is considered as one of the most influential projects, a top 10 project in the cryptocurrency space. Similarly, when the NFT narrative was very high and people made a lot of money on NFTs, all the projects that were building were on layer one. The development on those projects started to move towards NFT art, so people basically jumped on that bandwagon. Right now, the narrative of AI is basically the most popular one. So within the layer one platforms, people who are building, and before that there was DeFi, right? So narratives and trending topics is one of the key components when it comes to crypto. And what it basically does is that because it's a very fast moving industry, when people are looking for communities are looking for certain type of projects because of these trends, if you as a company can identify this narrative and a trend early, you will be able to attract development or developers who can build on your platform. The more people that build on your platform, the more people who adopt your platform. Crypto is all about the network effect, right? So the more and more people that are moving from one blockchain to another, that network effect is the one that will build the community over a period of time. And when the bull run resumes, hopefully once the interest rates pivot next quarter, so hopefully the bull run resumes, sometime early next year, these projects which have sustained the bear market and the development has continued on these projects, those are the ones that will shine and outperform, and the returns that they're going to give, those returns are normally not visible in the trade fi, which is traditional finance, equity market or bond market. That is why one of the reasons that people are so attracted to crypto, because the money you can make is life changing. The impact of those projects are life changing. Some of the real world problems are being solved by some of those blockchain projects. So identifying the trends correctly, identifying the trends at the right time, cryptocurrency exchanges, cryptocurrency projects can basically leverage that to attract and build a much stronger community.
Very well said. And I think I would just like to add on to this, when it comes to use cases and looking for AI use cases in the industry, now is not the time that we limit to certain industry specific, as in like cryptocurrency. We have witnessed campaigns done by, for example, only a few months ago, there was a campaign by Coca-Cola, and it was AI-centric campaign where the title was "Create Real Magic." That was a brilliant ad that was made by, like, in collaboration with OpenAI and Bain and Company, where the ad was solely made through AI tools, and it is very well done. I would like to encourage everybody who's watching right now, and if you guys have not watched it, you guys go and watch it on YouTube. So companies who are 100 years old, they are also trending to the new trends of AI. So why not take examples of those and innovate marketing techniques, digital marketing techniques, and make use of those as well.
Exactly. So a lot of people were scared that AI is going to take away the jobs. It's not going to take away the jobs. It's just that we need to upgrade ourselves, and it's another tool like technology, and people who can learn, for example, ChatGPT, prompt engineering, it's going to create new jobs. And it's just that we have to up our learning curve a bit. And if you can leverage the power of AI, or quantum computing for that matter, you can, a work that probably could take 15 days, you can now probably do it, automate a lot of digital marketing, could do it 2 days or 3 days. So if people can use this, AI, bandwagon, I think you can do a much more, and you can optimize and create efficiencies and economies of scale around it.
And I'm sure we are definitely looking forward to collaborations, like such collaborations with AI companies, with OpenAI, ChatGPT, and stuff like that, so that we get to see innovative campaigns out there that are out of the box, that are decoupling the environment. Yes. We have another question. The question is, what are some innovative ways that cryptocurrencies can leverage AI-powered social media tools? I think we just had a discussion on this, that can encourage active participation and collaboration within their communities. If anybody would like to add on to it, please.
Like one recent example is what Bybit has just done. They've used ChatGPT and they've integrated it with their platform. And what ChatGPT in a sense is doing is it's talking to you like a real crypto maximalist or a crypto mentor, and ask you, what's your budget, what kind of trades are you looking for, would you like to know about what's happening in the market, would you like to give you some strategies, are you a novice beginner, are you an advanced beginner? So I thought that that's a very, very cool way of really using an AI tool and using to empower your users to make informed decisions, even if you're not. Because at the end of the day, Bybit is for largely for retail, and I felt that that's a very practical, a very smart move they made. So and they've also actually, if you go on their Chat GPT AI tool, they've actually listed the questions as well, like and that you would want to consider asking, should I go long? Should I go short? You would want to consider asking market analysis, sentimental analysis. So, and I'm sure that tool will be continuously fed. And now this is something that would give the user a sense of comfort that, okay, I'm not just trading, I'm also being taken care of very aggressively and very intensively by by the platform on which I'm trading. So that's a great example to use AI. Other than that, AI is everywhere, right? So you've got all these video development tools, all these social media tools. The idea is to understand where you can use it effectively and also tweak it according to your own interest. Like in my case, I use AI all the time. I make my whole campaigns. Sometimes I don't understand how to drive a certain campaigns or how to set it up operationally. I use AI as my best friend, and I keep tailoring different scripts, and I keep troubleshooting, and then sometimes it does go wrong as well. And I tell him, no, this is what I want, this is what you gave me. Like, for example, let's say I want to set up a refer a friend campaign, and I know what my circumstances are in my company with respect to my developers, with respect to the team that I have, what are my limitations and what are my strengths. So what I do when I use AI is I go and I ask these tools, especially when I'm making and framing the strategy. I'm not even talking about I give them an overview of my scenario. And then I ask them that, look, I want to execute a refer a friend campaign. These are my limitations. I can maybe because of security concerns, we cannot use APIs. So, you give me a solution around this. And then it gives me a solution around it. And then I go back and I reiterate and I keep coming back. So there are tons of ways you can use AI. I mean, we discussed just last week only. You use AI to create scenes. You can use AI to create whole content. So yeah, I mean, it's all on you, what you want to, how you want to use it. We really can't, nobody can handhold you to use AI, but you just have to be smart enough to understand that this is the new age, and use it to your own benefit.
Okay. So unfortunately, we are moving towards the end of the episode. I would like each of you speakers, if you have anything else to add on to this conversation, please share with us your thoughts. Then we'll move forward towards the closing of this episode. Mihyar, would you like to give a closing
Yes.
statement?
Yes. So I think speaking of the AI itself, within crypto and blockchain, I think the only real application we've seen with the AI that was for the graph, which is, they're kind of using their AI to enhance their network protocol. And I think AI as a technology, I mean, for me, it was a deja vu when I saw going back to last year, and I saw the hype with the NFTs and saying this year, like, okay, it might be similar, but then I thought of it like, okay, so actually AI is solving real problems. AI application, like you actually said, that is outside of crypto. It's something like you can utilize. And recently, we've been also experiment with the AI to see to which limit that we can use AI and which limit we can utilize AI. But I think good example of this, like, people would say Adobe because they're assuming that Adobe in top tier when it comes to creative and visuals. But actually, DALL-E 2 and Midjourney are two tools that their AI is way better than Adobe. But Adobe are so smart because they know this is an early stage of an AI, so they want to see more use cases, they want to improve, and I'm sure they're gonna, eventually they're gonna wow us all with this. Again, AI is here, it's been always here, native, again, all channels when it comes to social media and digital marketing. AI exists, it does, but it wasn't booming like Open AI and ChatGPT. So I think I encourage everyone to read more about AI, to understand, treat it again as a use case that solves real life issues and real life. Don't rely on it. Within community of social media, crypto, people are used to dealing with bots. Like Telegram is very famous of having these bots. Of course, it's not as advanced as other tools, but this kind of sentiment, like Sidra mentioned, is actually, yes, I'm being taken care of, I'm being addressed, and whatever I want, whether it's 2 a.m. or 5 p.m. or whatever I'm asking, I can find an answer to that. And yeah.
Thank you so much. Now, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to our esteemed speakers. Thank you for sharing valuable insights and expertise. To our viewers, thank you for joining us on PB Live episode 2. We hope that you found this episode informative and inspiring. Stay tuned for the next episode where we'll be sharing another exciting topic. Take care, and until next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mihyar. Thank you,
Thank you.
Sidra. Thank you,
Thank
Sana.
you.